Project Swole number 4. This is the 4th installment of a series where you are following me recovering from my stint in hospital and losing 10 kilograms of muscle and a lot of strength and just generally being absolutely wrecked by the Gains monster. So episode 2, if you haven't seen it, gives the training program that I'm following that you are welcome to follow yourself, full spreadsheet. Episode 3 gives the supplement stack. And today we are talking about my diet approach. However, I need to start with 2 important lessons that I've learned from the last one. So I got a lot of texts like this. Just ordered literally every supplement you mentioned in that Facebook video. I need to be careful with what I say on video. And secondly, I should have got an affiliate deal for those supplements. Anyway, we covered recovery and sleep as the primary thing for actually the focus of the supplements are all kind of geared around recovery and sleep and just getting yourself back up to normal, really, after the Christmas hit. Now, what I'm doing diet-wise is recovering from, say, 68 kilos, trying to get back up to my previous weight of about 78. Now, I'm in no rush to do that. I'm being primarily guided by performance in the gym as to whether to increase calories or not. Currently, my macros are around 2,600, 170 grams of protein, 300-ish grams of carbs, 70 grams of fat. It's really the macros, the specific numbers are not important because they will be different depending on what you do. So, overall approach, as you know, we are not very big on the bulk cut approach with the typical kind of 80s bodybuilder approach where you just get fat for a year and then spend the next 6 months undoing half of the stumbling around in KFC that you've done for the previous year, and it just causes a lot of wasted time. Saying that, I am eating a surplus. I'm aiming for around 100 to 200 grams of weight gain per week. And part of that is because, as I quoted last time, there is some evidence basis for the phenomenon of muscle memory. And something just came out recently that I think you guys might find interesting, which is a genetic basis for muscle memory as well. So yeah, I'll put the link in the comments for that if you're interested. So right now, I'm not too concerned about body fat. The primary goal is to get performance and strength back up to where it should be. I'm a little bit fatter than I'd like to be, but it's nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to continue until strength is up to where it was and slightly beyond. Right now I'm about 90% of my previous capacity. And you can see here as well that I'm using Heavyset, the app, to track total volume, which is a lovely app over there. So it gives you a graph of your total volume that you've done per set, per session, as well as your 1 rep max estimator as well. Free app, so if you're interested in tracking your total volume, which I think is just the biggest bang for your buck thing to track overall, then definitely download that app. I think there's an Android and an iPhone version as well. The other thing that I'm doing, and this has been a huge lifesaver, is meal prep. So here is one that I prepared earlier. I made 8 servings of biryani on Sunday. It took me about an hour, and it's lovely. It also means that it just takes the thinking out of eating every single time. Now, if you've seen people do meal prep stuff before and you're thinking, I'm not a good cook, I can't do that, then honestly, you cannot be a worse cook than me. And if I can do it, you definitely can. So I'll also put a link to an article on meal prep, propanefitness.com/meal prep, one word, where it takes you through the simplest Pareto way to do that. Finally, I've had a couple of questions about training and what am I doing. So the biggest thing that I'm focusing on is actually shortening my rest periods while trying to get the total volume back up. And that's because work capacity is one of the fastest things to drop when you have some time off training, when you decondition, but you can also restore it quite quickly. And if you don't have a good work capacity, you're not going to be able to accumulate that volume to be able to make progress. And volume, as I keep going on about, it is the key driver of your progress for hypertrophy specifically. The other problem is that I am struggling with golfer's elbow, or medial epicondylitis, so there gets inflamed and painful. This was from hammering the pull-ups without much self-care. So right now, especially having a sudden hit of volume, having atrophied a little bit, it can flare up. So what I'm doing about that is, first of all, if you struggle with this, if you've done a lot of pull-ups and you get the same thing, a kind of bruised feeling there, I've been doing a lot of cross-frictioning at the origin, and also gently strengthening it with a power ball, which is one of these. I'm not going to be able to get it started now, but it's a gyroscope that gives you a little bit of resistance that you can control, and it's just less unwieldy than trying to train your forearms with dumbbells or anything as well. Okay, so I hope that has shed some light on what I'm doing for diet-wise. Post any questions, comments in there below, and I will get back to you in Project Swole 5 update. Alright guys, speak to you soon.